So you're at shul tonight, which means you probably didn't read the email that landed in your inbox. Oh, Pam read it. That landed in inbox around 5:42. You'll read it later tonight or tomorrow. But I want to share with you some of the message that the clergy team wrote to you right before Shabbat. I know, the world right now it's too hard. There's too much sorrow and tension and frustration and anger, too much dismay and disappointment. And for the Jewish people, for centuries, we have carried more than our fair share. And these days of late are no exception. And it's because of that, because of the tensions and the frustration, the sorrow that we're already carrying, that the actions of the Knesset from this past week are all the more disappointing and infuriating, frustrating. A piece of legislation that's now being called the Kotel Bill passed its first reading in the Knesset. It's not law. We'll need a few more readings and votes to get there. But even that it happened, that it was brought and not stopped by ministers, is troubling. Let me share with you a little bit more about it. This legislation says that prayer deemed unacceptable by the Haredi rabbis who run the Kotel, the Western Wall Plaza, prayer that looks like the prayer that we have tonight, prayer that looks like the prayer that some of us have shared together at the Egalitarian Plaza, just to the side of the main plaza of the Kotel, or that there are a lot of rabbis and cantors in the room tonight. Maybe some of you as well have gone and prayed with women of the wall. That prayer deemed unacceptable by the ultra-Orthodox Haredi rabbis of the Kotel is now punishable, would be punishable by up to 7 years in prison. In Israel, the Jewish homeland, where we're supposed to be safe to live, liot am chofshi be'artzenu, to be a free people in our land, there, non-Orthodox prayer is at risk of becoming illegal in the most sacred site that our people have. This is only the latest of too many pieces of legislation that have come up over the last few decades around conversion, around marriage, that continue to disregard and disrespect, to cast aside Jews of the Reform, Reconstructionist, Renewal, conservative movements, anything that doesn't look like the ultra-Orthodoxy of a select sect of the Jewish people. And on this holiday, as we're approaching Purim, this holiday where the obligations of this holiday are that we bind ourselves together as a people. We give gifts to one another to strengthen the fabrics, the threads of our community. We come together in confidence and pride to assert and affirm our identity. And that we would see 56 members of Knesset vote to say that our prayer is illegal, criminal, in the most holy site that our people have. And those of you who have studied with me before know that it is a Jewish obligation that when we teach, we don't end in sorrow, we don't end in heavy, we end in nechemta. We end in uplift and in joy. Because that's what it ought to be there. If you've prayed there, maybe you felt it. You felt the joy of being in that site, in that proximity to the holiest place that our people have had for centuries, to sing and dance and celebrate. The psalmist writes, Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha, bo lefanav birnana. Come before God with shouts of joy. God demands your joy in prayer. Worship God in gladness. What a gift that we do that every week here. And this wildly talented maniac who brings us music that is not like any other bima on the planet. Our worship is joy. Joy, this holiday that we will celebrate on Monday nights, the holiday of Purim. Joy is our sacred obligation. We have more than enough sorrows to carry. We need it. We need the joy. And I apologized to the Board of Trustees last night. I'm a millennial rabbi, and I've been here for just over 2.5 years. And not once have I mentioned Brené Brown from the Bema. And those who know who that is understand, right? It's a mistake that I haven't done that yet. So let me share with you a teaching from Brené Brown. If you don't know who that is, you'll go home, you'll Google it, and you'll be like, ooh, she's really smart. Here's a thing that she writes in her book, Atlas of the Heart. Joy, she identifies from the Greek. I think I think it's Cairo, Chairo. We'll say Cairo. Joy in Greek is translated as, are you ready? It's so good. Are you ready? Nod, say yes, say something, yes? Okay, all right. Joy is the good mood of the soul. Oh, yeah, I got some ums on that. Joy is the good mood of the soul. It's not just like the, yay, a happy thing happened. It's the good mood of the soul. Don't we need that? Don't we need more time and space for the good mood of the soul? And what she continues to teach is that joy, when we are in a state of joy, when we experience joy, we don't lose ourselves in joy. In joy, we become more truly ourselves. We become the most authentic version of ourselves in joy. Our religious and Jewish experience, it cannot just be sorrow. It cannot just be the heaviness of the world. That does not mean we close our eyes to it. It does not mean that we steel our hands and stop our feet from doing the work that needs to be done in the world. But there's a risk if we spend too much time there without the good mood of the soul. And joy does not just belong to children. So, an offer I will make to you. I don't think I'm allowed to obligate you, but if I could, I would. When you come on Monday night to celebrate Purim with us, wear a costume. Don't just bring your kid in it. Put on a silly hat. Cantor, put on a silly hat. All right, he's got a silly hat. He's ready, right? Joy doesn't belong just to the kids. You also need that, grown-ups. You also need to just laugh. Don't worry how many calories are in it. Eat a hamantashen. Eat 3. We need time and space for joy. We have hard work to do in the world. And without the joy, how can we elevate, sustain ourselves through those moments? Yes, the synagogue can hold our heaviness, our anger, our fear, and our sorrow. Yes, we come here to be supported and buoyed during life's most difficult moments. And the synagogue is here to give us time and space to be the most true versions of ourselves. The synagogue is an institution that is there to help us cultivate the good mood of the soul. We'll do some of that tonight. I watched a lot of the food you brought in. We will have some good mood of the soul in the belly tonight too. We need practice. We need to build intentional time, space, structures, strategies that will give us time for joy. And yes, sometimes that means putting on a silly costume and eating something that's not good for you. But we need that time too. So, when you get home and you read that email, you'll click all the links, you'll watch the videos that will make you feel angry and frustrated. You'll send an email to the consulate to say that we Jews in America, we diaspora Jews who love and support the state of Israel, we want to see ourselves as worthy, welcomed, loved members of this community. And after we get through the heaviness and the hard work, show up on Monday, wear a costume. Don't push the kids out of the way, but when it's your turn, you can play ring toss. It's okay, you can do that too. Eat a cookie, come and laugh at the silly spiel that we'll do. Let yourself have time for the good mood of the soul. And when we do that, then we are fulfilling our religious obligations of the holiday and what it means to be part of the Jewish people. Friends, there is good and sacred work to do. I am eager to be with you as we express the truest versions of ourselves and find time and space for the good mood of the soul. Kain Yehi Ratzon, may we be worthy of building, sustaining, and living through many moments of joy together. Shabbat Shalom.